What is up, everybody? Jeremy Eisenfire here, and welcome to the channel. The TV series From has delivered a great many mysteries over its first two seasons, some of which we are starting to get a little bit of a handle on, and some of which we are still completely in the dark. And with Season 2 delivering more questions and answers, we are left to try and put together the pieces until Season 3 comes around and we start to get some more definitive answers. But one of the most mysterious objects of Season 2, and something that I have been thinking about ever since the series ended, is the lighthouse. And in particular, what exactly is this lighthouse and what is its purpose? Now, normally when we see a lighthouse, it usually serves one of two different functions: to warn sailors and boats of an incoming shoreline, or to guide vessels in on a dark night. But as we get a closer look at the lighthouse on Fromville, especially in the Season 2 finale when Tabitha is at the top of it, we look around and it doesn't look like there is any body of water in sight. So what exactly is the purpose of this lighthouse if it is not to guide in ships or to warn them of a rocky shore? Now, when Season 2 did end, we saw Tabitha making her journey to the lighthouse, where she ultimately met the boy in white, where he proceeded to push her out of the top of the lighthouse, and next thing we know, Tabitha is waking up in a hospital bed in what appears to be the real world. Which raises a ton of different questions as to what this lighthouse could potentially be. Is this lighthouse one big entrance, one big doorway, as it were, in and out of Fromville? Or could there potentially be a little bit more truth to the rumor that you have to die inside the town in order to make it back to the real world? One pretty popular fan theory that has been gaining steam ever since the Season 2 finale aired was that Tabitha's body could potentially be down there at the bottom of that lighthouse, and that is how she really escaped. But I suppose we'll have to wait for Season 3 to come around until we learn more on that front. But what other uses could this lighthouse potentially be used for? When Tabitha is first making her ascent to the top of the lighthouse, she gets to a part where we see a mechanized lever that seems to be spinning the light at the top of the lighthouse. But what if there is potentially more to it than that? And what if there is more to that light at the top of the lighthouse than just simply light? Another big mystery on the show that has not been fully explored yet is the electricity, and where exactly is it coming from, and how exactly is it generated. We find out at the end of Season 1 when Tabitha is digging her hole down into the basement to see where the wires go to hopefully find out what the source of the electricity truly is. We find out that these wires go absolutely nowhere. They are attached to nothing on the end, no power source, no plug-in, just nothing. So where exactly is this electricity coming from, and how is it being powered and distributed throughout the town? I think the lighthouse could potentially hold the answer. One thing I've always really enjoyed about From is its very clever use of blending genres. From fantasy, horror, mystery and suspense, sci-fi, it's got a little bit of everything. And the back half of Season 2 in particular really started to take a turn into the fantasy realm and a little bit more of the mystical aspects of the show. It started throwing things at us like the weird magic cicadas that not everybody could see, the weird parasitic magical worms, the weird demonic entities. It really started to take a dip into the supernatural aspects, and I really have been enjoying that. I have been saying ever since day one, I have a feeling a lot of the origins to the things on the show, the monsters, this place in general, I really think they are going to have more of a mystical explanation in the long run and not so much sci-fi. And what if the electricity could potentially be another mystical aspect of the show, another supernatural element that isn't quite fully explained by any conventional means? Could the lighthouse itself be the origin of the electricity in the town of From? Could the spinning light at the top of the lighthouse be what is generating the electricity and sending it all throughout the rest of the town and other aspects of From? And if that is the case, what exactly is the purpose of the lighthouse spinning up this electricity? Is it just to send electricity throughout the town, or could it be powering something else that we don't know yet, like maybe the entrance to the town itself? Could the lighthouse itself be generating this entire world of From as we know it? Could shutting this lighthouse down be the key to them escaping? Or could shutting it down potentially come with unforeseen consequences that the town doesn't know about yet? Like potentially releasing the monsters, the demonic entity, and whatever other nightmarish creatures are stuck in Fromville that we haven't seen yet. And could that potentially be the purpose of this place at the end of the day? Could this place be one giant supernatural prison designed to keep things like the monsters, the entity, and everything else inside? And if that is the case, why exactly are humans being stuck here along with them? It doesn't seem like the humans that are getting stuck here are being stuck here at random. It seems like they are bringing specific people here for a specific purpose, which is yet to be discovered. At this point, your guess is as good as mine. But one thing's for sure, it definitely seems like this lighthouse is going to be a very permanent and important fixture on the show going forward. I highly doubt we have seen the last of this lighthouse and what its true purpose is. And seeing as they built a massive 20 by 30 foot replica of this lighthouse, they can return to it anytime they need. And I imagine that is probably how Season 3 will start, with someone, maybe Jim or Boyd or even Victor, going to the lighthouse to potentially find out what exactly happened to Tabitha. After a certain amount of time goes by with Tabitha not returning, people will become suspicious and probably go looking for her. And Victor does know where she was heading, so hopefully we see some characters like Boyd and Victor, and maybe even Jim, heading to the lighthouse in the beginning of Season 3 to investigate. But that is going to do it for us today. Just a quick tinfoil theory on what the lighthouse could potentially be for and what purpose it could potentially serve going forward. And I would love to know your thoughts and theories down in the comment section. What do you think this lighthouse really is, and what purpose do you think this lighthouse will serve going forward? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit a like on your way out, as it really helps out with the algorithm for channels as small as mine. And subscribe and hit that bell for notifications as well to stay up to date on all of our upcoming content, as we will be covering all things From. And as always, I want to give a big thank you to everybody for watching, and a huge thank you to all of the new channel members for joining. And as always, keep those tinfoil hats on, folks, and I will see you on the next one.